Hi everyone, and welcome to week 9. This week we'll be discussing values and ethics in education. Values are principles or standards we hold important in life, guiding our actions and decisions. Ethics, on the other hand, refers to the moral rules that help us distinguish right from wrong. Then we will try to look at the teacher values such as fairness, respect, and dedication, shape the learning environment. Similarly, student values like responsibility, honesty, and curiosity play a key role in how they approach their education. Next, we are going to look at ethical principles in teaching, which includes maintaining professionalism, respecting student individuality, and promoting equality. As teachers, we have a duty to act ethically in all interactions. Lastly, we will look at academic integrity, which is a fundamental topic in higher education. Both teachers and students must uphold honesty in their work, avoiding plagiarism and cheating. Academic integrity ensures that education remains a trustworthy and respectful process for everyone involved. So let's pause and think about how you understand concepts, values, and ethics. What do these concepts mean to you as students and as a future teachers? How these concepts, in your opinion, should be applied in the context of higher education and the didactic triangle as well. So think about this and let's move on. So the concepts of values and ethics explained by the Cambridge Online Dictionary are as follows. Values are the beliefs that shape how people decide what is right and wrong. These beliefs influence behavior and help individuals prioritize what is most important in life. For example, some people hold family or traditional values in high regard, guiding their actions and decisions. For instance, someone might choose not to work on Sundays because it conflicts with their personal values. Values also serve as principles that help us navigate various situations. For instance, political platforms often reflect the values of a certain group, such as those tied to traditional beliefs. Additionally, values can be understood in terms of worth or importance. Something that holds value to one person, like a quiet country house, might be treasured for its location rather than its material worth. Now, let's turn to ethics. Ethics is the study of what is morally right and wrong. It is an important field in philosophy, helping us reflect on the principles that should govern our actions. For example, students often engage with ethics when discussing challenging moral issues in courses like sociology or political thought. Ethics also refers to a set of moral beliefs. These beliefs may vary across individuals or societies, but they define what people believe to be acceptable behavior. For instance, when someone lacks ethics, it means their moral compass is not aligned with commonly accepted standards. Both values and ethics are central to how we make decisions and interact with others, especially in education and the professional environments. So the Oxford Dictionary provides 4 definitions of value. The amount of a commodity equivalent to something else. This means that values can be understood as a form of exchange. One item holds value in relation to another. Second is the material or monetary worth of a thing. This definition refers to the physical or financial value that something holds, such as the price of an object in the marketplace. And the third is the equivalent in material worth of a specified sum. In this case, value is directly tied to a measurable financial figure, such as the value of a car or a house. And the fourth definition is the value ties value to ethics, describing it as something worthy of esteem for its own sake, possessing intrinsic worth. This means that beyond financial or material considerations, certain things are valued simply because they have inherent meaning or importance, such as honesty, kindness, or knowledge. This connection between value and ethics here is key. While value often relates to material worth, ethics introduces the idea of intrinsic value, qualities that are worth admiring and striving for, not because of a financial benefit, but because they represent what is morally right or meaningful in life. Both concepts of value and ethics are central to how we navigate decisions, both in our personal lives and in society. There is a comparison chart that explains what value and ethics mean. Ethics are the guidelines or principles that help determine what is morally right or wrong in a given situation. They provide a consistent framework for behavior and tell us what is correct or incorrect based on accepted moral standards. Ethics act as a constraint, guiding actions toward moral choices. Values, on the other hand, are personal principles and ideals that vary from individual to individual. They motivate us and influence what we want to do or achieve. Values help us judge what is more important in life and shape our personal priorities, differing from person to person. In a sense, ethics focus on the rightness or wrongness of actions, while values are about what we find important and that drive our decisions. Ethics provide a uniform standards, while values are subjective and unique to each person. So the key differences between ethics and values, if we talk about this, so ethics consist of guidelines that address moral questions, while values are principles that help determine what is important to individuals. As for the characteristics or nature of this concept, ethics is a systematic approach to moral principles, whereas values are stimuli that influence our thoughts and how they influence on our behavior. Values impact emotional states and serve as motivators for actions. In contrast, ethics guides individuals to follow specific moral actions. They are also consistent. Ethical standards are generally consistent, while values can vary greatly among individuals, and they impact on our decision making. So values indicate personal goals and aspirations, while ethics helps in evaluating the morality of actions in specific situations and specific context. And as for the judgments of choices, ethics assess the rightness or wrongness of options, while values prioritize what is most important in life overall. Ethics provides a moral framework for decision making, whereas values reflect personal priorities. So what do you think what teacher values are? So let's go to the next slide and try to understand what the research suggests us about teacher values. In a study done by Ayşe Toker Gökçe in 2021 in research core values in education from the perspective of future educators, he defines teacher values in the following way. Based on the image, we can see that teachers' values through the three levels represented in the pyramid to the left side of the slide. So moral, professional, and cultural. Moral values. Teachers are expected to demonstrate virtue, honor, justice, sympathy, equality, affection, respect, humanism, and tolerance. These values guide their ethical and interpersonal behavior, ensuring fairness and compassion in the classroom. And the professional level. Teachers should embody discipline, cooperation, friendship, devotion, diligence, responsibility, and openness to change. They are also encouraged to foster entrepreneurship, which could mean promoting creativity and initiative in students, preparing them for a dynamic world. And the cultural level, teachers play a role in upholding democracy, freedom, patriotism, and unity within their classroom and society. These values help create a learning environment that respects individual freedoms and collective goals. And some teachers' values are multidimensional, involving ethical behavior, professional dedication, and cultural responsibility, all contributing to a well-rounded educational experience for students. The second table to the right is based on the slide titled Professional Values by Peter Fleming's work. Key professional values for teachers are presented in the following way. So treat students with dignity. Teachers should honor each student's inherent worth, ensuring they are respected and valued. Second, build relationships rooted in mutual respect, facilitating a learning environment based on mutual respect between teachers and students is crucial for positive interactions. 3. Observe proper boundaries. Teachers must maintain appropriate professional boundaries, and their conduct reflects their role in the educational setting. And number 4, safeguard pupils' students' well-being. Teachers have a duty to protect the emotional, mental, and physical well-being of their students. Number 5, show tolerance and respect for others' rights. Teachers should model tolerance, understanding, and respect for different viewpoints and rights. Number 6, respect core values such as democracy, rule of law, and individual liberty. Teachers are expected to promote these societal values in the classroom, respecting democratic principles. And then number 7, not exploit students' vulnerability. Teachers must avoid using their positions to influence students' beliefs in ways that could exploit their vulnerabilities. These professional values highlight the ethical and respectful conduct teachers must demonstrate, ensuring they facilitate an inclusive, supportive, and responsible educational environment. We have studied in our textbook about ethics and didactic triangle, if you remember. So, what are the teachers' value? So let's look at some explanations about values and the ethics or academic integrity. The National Teachers Association emphasizes that ethical behavior is a core of professionalism in teaching. As educators, our actions should be guided by core values that shape not only how we teach, but also how we interact with students, colleagues, and the academic community, and the community in general. These values include integrity, being honest and principled in all actions, fairness, treating all students equitably and without bias, professional and social responsibility, upholding professional standards while contributing positively to society, equality of opportunity, ensuring that all students have the same chances to succeed, and the confidentiality, respecting the privacy of students and their information, honesty and openness, being transparent and truthful in communication, respect for self and others, valuing individual dignity and fostering mutual respect, freedom and safety, ensuring a safe and open environment for learning. So the main principles of pedagogical ethics as outlined in chapter number 2 of the document on some issues of pedagogical ethics, which is issued in the order of the Minister of Education and Science of the Republic of Kazakhstan in May the 11th, 2020, They outline the key principles as follows. Conscientiousness. Teachers must responsibly fulfill their professional duties. Honesty, transparency, and the truthfulness in professional actions. Respect for honor and dignity. Recognizing and respecting the individuality of each student. Patriotism, fostering love for country and respect for its culture. Respect for universal values and tolerance, embracing culture and societal diversity. Professional solidarity, supporting colleagues and respecting the teaching community. Continuous professional development or lifelong professional development, a commitment to ongoing improvement of knowledge and skills. These principles form the ethical foundation for teachers, ensuring a positive, respectful learning environment. So, what are the ethical principles in teaching? By the Trade Union of Education in Finland, they give the following explanations. Teachers' values and ethical principles. The core of teaching consists of 4 basic values: dignity, truthfulness, fairness, and responsibility, and freedom. All teaching is founded on ethics, whether it be the teacher-student relationship, pluralism, or teachers' relationship with their work. Dignity means respect for humanity. Teachers must respect every person, regardless of gender, sexual orientation, gender diversity, appearance, age, religion, societal standing, or social standing, origin, opinions, abilities, and achievements. Truthfulness is one of the core values in teachers' basic task, which involves steering learners in navigating life and their environment. Honesty with oneself and others and the mutual respect in all communication is a basic aspect of teachers' work. Fairness is important both when encountering individual learners and groups, but also in the work community. Fairness involves in particular promoting equality and non-discrimination and avoiding favoritism. Teachers are entitled to their own values, but in their work, teachers' responsibility is tied to their basic task and its standards, such as legislation and the curriculum. Teachers' ethical principles. So the aim of teachers' ethical principles is to draw attention to the ethics involved in teaching. Let us now get a list of those things which we hope to gain, prefer, consider of advantage, and desire. So, what is your value as a student? You can think, take notes, and think over your notes. So the academic policy of Astana IT University emphasizes a range of values that guide its educational philosophy and practices. These values include multi, inter, and transdisciplinary approaches, a commitment to integrating knowledge and methods from various disciplines to address complex problems and enhance learning. Second is critical and problem-oriented thinking, encouraging students to think critically and engage with real-world problems, fostering analytical skills and effective problem solving. And third is lifelong learning, promoting the idea that education is an ongoing process, encouraging individuals to continue learning throughout their lives to adapt to changing environments. And number 4, entrepreneurship, creativity, and innovation, valuing the importance of fostering entrepreneurial spirit, creative thinking, and innovative practices among students to prepare them for future challenges. And number 5 is corporate ethics, upholding ethical standards within the academic and the corporate environments, instilling a sense of responsibility and integrity in professional conduct and the quality of culture. Number 6 means that fostering an environment that prioritizes quality in education, research, and administration, ensuring high standards are maintained. And the last one is academic integrity, emphasizes the importance of honesty and ethical behavior in academic work, ensuring that students and the faculty adhere to principles of integrity in their study and scholarship. Overall, these values reflect Astana IT University's commitment to creating a holistic educational environment that prepares students for the complexities of current modern society while promoting ethical behavior and quality standards. There is a term for you to understand or to use: rectifying. So the definition presents the concept of rectifying our lives as related to the philosophical domain known as the good, which pertains to values. Here is a detailed interpretation of this term. So understanding what does rectify mean? The term rectify means to correct or make something right. It implies an active effort to address issues, mistakes, or problems in various aspects of life. The examples of provided illustrate this meaning: correcting a situation. The commitment to take necessary actions to improve a problematic situation highlights a proactive approach to problem solving. Addressing errors. The importance of correcting mistakes before finalizing a product, like a book, emphasizes a dedication to quality and accuracy. And in philosophical context, we can understand rectifying as when the definition states that rectifying our lives belongs to the domain of what philosophers call the good. It suggests that ethical values and the moral principles are foundational to the process of making corrections in life. The good represents ideals that guide our actions and decisions, shaping our understanding of right and wrong. In this sense, rectification is not just about fixing errors, but also about aligning our actions with these ethical values. So what problems to address? The second interpretation of rectify highlights the importance of resolving problems so they no longer exist. This can apply to personal circumstances, societal issues, or broader challenges, for example, economic downturns. It implies a responsibility to actively engage in finding solutions and making improvements, reinforcing the notion that ethical considerations, the good, play a crucial role in determining what actions should be taken. If to summarize, the definition rectify underscores the relationships between rectifying our lives and the philosophical concepts of the good and values. It suggests that making corrections in life involves ethical considerations and a commitment to aligning our actions with moral principles, ultimately aiming for a more just and fulfilling existence. If we look at the academic integrity, so on this slide you see three models. Each university or educational institutions have their model of academic integrity and their own perception, and internal document shows that what is wrong, what is right, and what should be followed, right? So these are one of the examples. So next is, how does the academic integrity policy work in our university, or in the university or school where you work or you have studied or studied? So there are principles of academic integrity. So the main principles of academic integrity of students in the educational processes, if we summarize all many documents in academic integrity, so they focus on developing their personal honesty and responsibility for their studies. So number one is integrity, honest, careful performance by students of evaluate of evaluated and individual works. The main components of honesty are diligence and integrity. Number two, exercise of protection of the rights of the author and his or her successors, recognition of authorship and protection of works subject to copyright through the correct transmission of others' speech, through thoughts and indication of information sources in the evaluated works. Number three, openness, transparency, mutual trust, open exchange of information and ideas between students and their peers. Number four, respect for learners' rights and freedoms, the right to freely express learners' opinions and ideas. Equality, so obligation of each learner to observe these rules and equal responsibility for their violation. So these are the main principles written in many academic integrity documents. So if we look at this definition given by Australian Tertiary Education Quality and Standards Agency and turn it in main page, you can see these definitions about academic integrity. So academic integrity refers to the expectation that everyone in the academic community, teachers, students, researchers, and other members, acts with honesty, trust, fairness, respect, and responsibility. These 5 principles, right? So violations of academic integrity are referred to as academic misconduct or academic dishonesty. Beyond policy, if we talk, so upholding academic integrity is not just about following institutional policies or honor codes. It involves understanding the principles behind it and applying them consistently throughout the educational experience. This includes clear instruction, constructive feedback, and a fair assessment. So what are the core values of academic integrity? So academic integrity represents a set of values that students should embrace throughout their education and into their professional lives. It fosters a lifelong commitment to ethical behavior and continuous learning. So the importance of academic integrity, what are they? So learning, it enhances the learning process by promoting honest engagement with materials and assessment. Reputation, it helps build and maintain the positive reputation on educational institutions and the individuals within them. And workplace behavior, it prepares students for ethical conduct in their future careers, ensuring they carry these values into their future workplace. In summary, academic integrity is foundational to a trustworthy educational environment and is essential for personal development and professional success. So, here I present to you some case studies borrowed from internet source. So this case study examines a situation involving 3 students, Chris, Todd, and Mike, for example, who collaborate on group assignments in a history class. While preparing for a test that includes material they researched together, Mike forgets some of the answers associated with Todd's work. Believing that their prior collaboration permits him to ask Todd for assistance, Mike seeks to obtain the answers during the test. Todd, not wanting to upset Mike, subtly shows him his answers, while Chris observes this exchange. This scenario raises important questions about academic integrity, collaboration, and ethical decision-making in an educational settings. So, what are the responses? Response number 1 to this case. This situation constitutes cheating. Each group member must understand all content, not just their part. Chris should first encourage Todd and Mike to speak to the instructor, but if that fails, he must report the issue. Response number 2, students are expected to know all the content of a group project, and collaboration during tests is typically not permitted unless specified by the instructor. Helping Mike could lead to consequences for Todd and Chris as well. Number 3, response. This behavior is academic dishonesty. All members must understand the entire project, emphasizing the importance of communication. Trust in accountability is crucial, and Chris faces a difficult decision regarding reporting the incident. If in Chris's position, I would distance myself from the others. So there are 3 responses to the first case study situation. Submitting the same paper for different classes, known as self-plagiarism, is generally considered a form of academic dishonesty because it misrepresents the originality of the work. So recommended action for this case is the best course of action for Ben is to either consult his instructor about using the previous paper or to adapt and expand upon the original work to meet the requirements of the new assignment. This approach ensures transparency and maintaining academic integrity. So here is case number 2, right? Now, what are the responses to this case? So response number 1, yes, it is dishonest for Ben to submit the same paper twice. He should discuss the assignment with the professor, explain his situation, and propose ideas for expanding the paper to meet the new requirements. Response number 2, Penn State policy requires, for example, prior approval from the instructor, while it seems odd to cheat with others with one's own work. The goal is to ensure effort for each course. The instructor would likely require Ben to do further research and expand on his original paper. Response number 3, while published writers can use the same research for multiple articles, Ben cannot submit the exact same paper for different classes. He can reuse his research but must make the new assignment significantly different. Education aims to build skills, so relying on past work limits learning. It may be better for Ben to choose a new topic and start fresh, although he can still use his previous research material and bibliography. In conclusion, I would like to conclude this lecture with the words of Aristotle, or with the view of Aristotle. Aristotle views ethical theory as a distinct discipline, separate from theoretical science, which demands a unique methodological approach aligned with its focus on good action. This distinction is essential because ethical generalizations often apply only in most cases rather than universally. The primary aim of studying ethics is to enhance our lives by understanding what constitutes human well-being. Aristotle emphasizes that ethics is not merely an abstract pursuit for a practical endeavor aimed at fostering a deeper understanding of how to live well. By examining the nature of well-being, we can identify the virtues and values that contribute to a fulfilling life. Ultimately, ethical inquiry invites us to reflect on our actions and choices, guiding us toward a life of purpose and moral integrity. It encourages us to consider not just our individual pursuits, but also our responsibilities towards others and the community. In this way, the study of ethics becomes a vital tool for personal growth and societal advancement, helping us navigate the complexities of human experience and strive for a more meaningful existence. So academic integrity, that is why in any university, in any educational institutions, is very important document. Thank you for your attention and see you at the seminar sessions.